Hello and welcome back to The Broken Doll. I hope you enjoyed that last video of mine where I was blushing the baby. I got her legs and her arms all done and her face is done. Well, for now, if I think it needs to deepen, I'll deepen it more. Usually paint, I think it does, it darkens as it dries, so I really have to weigh it out which way it went once I'm done here. Maybe tomorrow I'll take a look at it and we'll see about maybe adding or just leaving it the way it is. So yeah, it looks really good. So anyways, I found the eyes. So we got to start cleaning up these eyes here. So I'm just using a little bit of goop on the eyes. And I'm just taking a little bit on top, just cleaning. Now I put these irises in because we were discussing in one of my videos back earlier, what do we want to do with them? Do we want to make her a green eye or do we want to make her blue? And I think I've decided that I want to make her green. Can I get these back out again? Yes. I think a nice green eye baby. I have a lot of blue. I have a lot of brown. But you know what you don't have is a green eye. It would be nice. Can I get this out? Because I got to make her green. They're not glued in yet. So. Oh, my jiggers. Bajigger. Let's get this out. See if we can get it. Sometimes when they snap in good, but I can get them back out again. It's just for painting purposes. There we go. Painting purposes here. Don't want to paint on them. It makes it easier if they're not in there. So this is just goop I'm using on here. And then we'll paint the eyes. You always paint the eyes what you paint the body with. So we have to get my body paint out and we'll start going over. You can see the dirt coming off. There's dirt. These are dirty. Little dirty little, sometimes what I like to do is just let this stuff sit on top. Just let it sit. And sitting does a lot for it. It can soften that dirt up. And then you can go back over it again and get this. There we go. Just let it sit and get some of that dirt off of it. And sometimes I've let these sit. If they're so dirty, I've let them sit overnight with the goop on it and then come back the next day and the stuff just falls right off. Like it just seems like it's been on there for so long. Well, if you look at the doll itself was made in, this is where the doll is a two-fold doll, I call it. What do I mean by two folds? Well, the doll was made in the 1930s doll. That's what it is. It's a 1930 doll. And what happened is I read an article about this where a lot of toy factories that made toys, as the materials were changing, got caught in this change that was coming. And the fever of new materials took over, and it didn't take over slowly. It was a fast takeover, especially after World War II, because during that World War II, a lot of different discoveries were made. That's what happens a lot of the times with war. There's money pumped into it, and new things come out of wars. And one of the things that came out of wars was plastic. And so there was new things all the time coming out. And this stuff, after the world ended, there was no need for it in planes and tanks and whatnot. I'm sure they were probably still making a few here and there, for sure, but for maybe backup type of thing, you know, and for training purposes and whatnot, and future wars to come. Countries wanted to be ready, but it wasn't the forefront anymore. So all this new material start to go to other places, like in our homes, and it hit the store shelves, and plastic dishes came out and all kinds of stuff. Well, it also hit the toy world. Jewelry was even another one. I want to bring that in there. There was even some jewelry that was being made into plastic. And but anyhow, as that goes on, the toy industry saw another way, and it was cheap. It was made from petroleum, and they could use this. And next thing you know is this old material, a lot of old dolls were stocked up and no place to go. And a lot of the eyes were tin. And nobody wanted an old tin eye doll anymore. So how are you going to sell all this old stock off? How are you going to do it? Who's going to buy it? Well, you got to put something on the doll that maybe could sell it. And one of the things they did was put plastic eyes in, or there's plasticine eyes they were called. And it's a mixture of two different plastics coming together, and the eyes looked a little bit more clear. They weren't tin, they looked more realistic. And so now you could sell this old doll with new eyes, and all of a sudden you got a product that could probably sell for a few more years. So toy manufacturers had to think quick. So let's get rid of her old stock, and we'll advertise this doll with new eyes. I saw an article that said, with new plasticine eyes. The doll was still an old composition doll from a kickoff from years ago. You know, from 10, 15 years ago. But they wanted to get that doll sold. So this was one way of doing it. 1935, the doll was probably made. 1945 to 1950, they're going, how are we going to get rid of old stock? Well, this was one way of doing it. And in went the plastic eyes. And over the years, those eyes, being that it's petroleum, and how we stored old toys away in the attic, in the basement, not where they're supposed to be, and those eyes cracked. They dry up, they crack, and then what you have to do is you have to dig them out and put in new irises. Now some people are very artistic, and they have been able to paint over the cracked area, and some of those eyes look really nice if you could disguise the crack in the eye. Sometimes I can see the crack in the crazing in the eye, and it doesn't look so nice. So here's the thing, you know, you do what you think. But I love the new irises. That's what the doll had. They put in new irises into the doll. Use old doll. These are old doll methods. These eyes are. These are from the 30s, you know, these rocking eyes here. This is still an old system here. But what they did was they manufactured this so that it had a hole in the middle so they could put irises in it. And it worked beautiful. And they were able to sell these old dolls, and they sold. Look at my doll, she's got the new eyes. That was great to a lot of people back then. But little did we know that wasn't going to last for long, and other plastic dolls were going to have full plastic bodies, right from head to toe. And out came the Barbie. And she was one prime. Miss Revlon, Tony dolls, you name it. They came out and just swept the market. And nobody wanted these old dolls anymore with the new plastic irises. And that's where these old dolls came from. They have a bit of a history of their own. It's articles that I have read here and there about how the toy world, or just how the world changed, and how after the World Wars, and how lives changed, because all to do with the new thing called plastic back then. So here we are today, fixing these wonderful little babies up. And they come with a little bit of history from the time that they were made. And they're beautiful dolls still today once they are restored. But now what we need to do is we've got to paint the tops, and we need to paint the bottoms. So I'm going to get the tops painted, but I need to make sure this is free of the cleaner. And then we'll paint the bottoms too. So a little bit of history there. Nice to know. I like to print out that article so I can read some of it. I put it in my save area of my computer. So anyways, we're going to take our paint here. Oh, there we go. And I'm going to get my little brushes here. I love these little brushes. I got these from Michaels. No, Winners. There's one I like the most. Not that. Well, this one is nice. This one I'll use. Yeah, I think I'll. Which one? Which one do I want? No, I think I'll go with this one right here. Okay. So there we go. Okay. Ooh, got too much paint on it there. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to paint the tops tonight, and then tomorrow I'll do the bottoms, the white of the eye. So what we're going to do is come right over here, and we're just going to paint this up. I don't know how, well, that might not be true. I may not be able to paint the whites tomorrow because this might need another coat. So we'll start here. Step by step by step. one coat at a time. There's no rush. There we go. So we got the top of that one done. And now we're going to get the top of this one done. Let's get a little bit of paint on there. There we go. And we're going to do the top of this eye next. Oh, there we go. There we go. Oh, that looks nice. It looks really nice. All right. Oh yeah, that looks nice. All right. There we go. And now we just let that dry. And we'll come back to it tomorrow. And we'll see where we are. I got to go out tomorrow with my daughter. We have an appointment to keep. And we're getting through these appointments right now. We've had a lot of appointments this last while here to keep up with right now with some things that she's going through. And then we'll be back to normal again. But yes, there we go. So I hope you like what you've seen here. Like I said, you never know what I'm going to muck my hands into. And they're really spotty right now because there's a lot of it needs about at least maybe 2-3 coats. And after that, they'll be fine. And then we'll work on the whites of the eye. And I just used my trim clad on the bottom of them just as well. And they look really nice. Yep, they paint up really nice, these eyes do. And she's got the nice original horse eyelashes in there. I don't want to replace those. Those are original to her. We'll keep those. It'll match her hair color really nice. Next, what we have to do is paint her lips. And we have to put eyebrows on her and a little bit of lashes for the bottom of her eyes. And her face is done after that. So little by little, we're creeping up. And we're getting this done. And she's coming along really nice. She's going to be a cute little baby again. I've got an outfit picked out for her already. She's worn it before, but I haven't had it on her for a very long time. And there's a story behind it, a little bit of a story. But anyways, thank you for joining me, and I hope you enjoy what you've seen here. And we'll be coming back with more on this lovely little Valentine Day baby. So thanks again, and I'll get these uploaded, and I hope you enjoy them. Thanks for joining me. Bye-bye.